What's up, students? Mr. Huhta back yet again for another episode of U.S. History Trivia. Today we have a very, very special guest. He is an AP government teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my dear friend, Mr. Jeff Boogaard.
Hello, Mr. Huhta. Hello, students. What an honor to be here today. Oh, you got your mask. That's good.
I'll take it personally, Jeff. I just want to be safe.
Oh, no, that's good. That's good. Good advice. Yeah.
How are you today?
Should I get my mask too?
Well, no, it's okay. As long as you stay 6 feet away, we'll be okay.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
I'm just kidding. Hey, how's it going today?
Pretty good. Last day of spring break. That's why I got my festive shirt. I didn't go anywhere, but, you know, maybe next year.
Maybe next year. So yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're a teacher. You guys are also out of school right now. Is that correct?
So yeah, I am a veteran, as they call it, high school teacher in Haddonfield, New Jersey, which is outside of Philadelphia. It's in South Jersey. And last summer, I went to a National Endowment for the Humanities program in Alabama for 3 weeks. And my very good luck allowed me to be roommates with Mr. Huhta. And we survived 3 weeks together. We're still speaking. So it was an awesome experience exploring the Old South with young Huhta.
And Jeff, of course, you remember when I would stay up late reading all those Fred Shuttlesworth books.
Oh, man. I had never seen a more dedicated scholar in that whole group. Absolutely. You were a role model to everybody.
Anyway, now, Mr. Boogaard.
Yeah.
When is the last time that you have taken 8th grade U.S. history?
So the last time I took 8th grade history, I think would have been when I was in 8th grade.
Hopefully.
Which was a really long time ago.
Okay.
We're talking like early 1980s.
1980s?
You don't need to tell me that you weren't born yet, because I know that you're going to tell me that.
Not only that, but my parents didn't even know each other.
Oh.
We'll be all right.
All right.
All right. Well, hey, the rules are simple. I have 5 questions right here. All of these questions come from the 8th grade U.S. history standards for Indiana.
Yeah.
Let's dive right in, yeah?
Well, and just to remind you, this is my second YouTube video within the last couple of months. When I was in Austin, Texas, I was walking down the street, President's Day weekend. They stopped me. They asked me all these crazy questions about Texas history, which I aced, of course. So this is not my first rodeo with U.S. history trivia. So let's go.
Wow. Well, hopefully
right.
the video gets more views than this one. So here we go. Question number 1.
Yes.
Which U.S. presidents both died on July 4th, 1826?
That would be John Adams and Thomas Jefferson.
That is correct, Mr. Boogaard. 1 for 1.
Yes.
Good job.
Yeah. That's 2 questions, right?
No, it's just 1.
Well, all right.
Number 2. Which president was responsible for creating the United States Navy?
I'm going to say that was John Adams.
John Adams is correct. Great job.
Yes. Knowing John Adams, that's 2 for 2 for president number 2.
That's true. All right, here we go. Bringing it forward about 100 years. Number 3. Which chronic illness did Harriet Tubman have?
Which chronic illness did Harriet Tubman have? Do you mean to tell me that's on the standards in Indiana for 8th grade?
If not, it should be.
Oh. All right, so I have absolutely no idea, but I'm going to guess because a lot of people in the 19th century had tuberculosis.
Oh.
Or maybe is that right?
No, I'll give you a hint. She suffered some pretty severe head trauma when she was a child.
Okay. So she had migraines? I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Headaches?
The correct answer is narcolepsy.
Narcolepsy? That's when you can't sleep or you sleep too much?
You fall asleep randomly, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think you made that up. I've never heard that before. I'm going to be fact checking this.
Please do. Please do. Hey,
Okay.
speaking of fact checkers, it's now time for a quick word from our sponsors.
All right. Yes. Go ahead.
Today we are brought to you by Dry Shampoo. Ladies, are you hoping to get a quick shower in before your 8 Zoom meetings for the day? Then try Dry Shampoo. All the cleanliness without any of the pomp and circumstance. Try Dry Shampoo
my God.
today.
I wish I could smell that right now, or maybe I don't. You got a little bit on your coat there.
I'm going to be honest, Mr. Boogaard. I don't actually know what dry shampoo is. This was suggested to me from a female friend. So I grabbed a bottle of exfoliating powder. I don't even know what that means. It smells really good, but it's gotten all over my pants. We'll be okay.
Well, the whole country needs a haircut right now, so anything you can advertise for that, let's go.
Well, I know you and me both don't really use dry shampoo.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Send me some.
All right, here we go. Question number 4. You are 2 for 3.
I'm calling that last question was ridiculous, but go ahead.
When George Washington was inaugurated in 1789, what city was the United States capital?
New York City.
New York City is correct.
And you know what? I've actually been to that location. So for students out there, if you ever make it to the Big Apple from Indiana, go to the stock market exchange on Wall Street and go to Federal Hall, and there's a statue of George Washington right there.
Yeah, I've also been there. When I was there, there was a protest. Yeah. And I'm not going to say what they were protesting, but they were all dressed up as George Washington. So you had like 100 George Washington.
Well, at least they had a historic view. That's good.
Yeah, there you go. All right, here we go. Our final question is a bonus question.
Yes.
This one is worth 173 Spirit Airlines bonus points.
Oh, right. Yes.
Here we go. How did the Compromise of 1850 attempt to solve the problem of slavery? AKA, what was the Compromise of 1850?
That's a really important question because, with all the new territory that was coming into the Union, they had some issues after the Mexican War. I'm actually teaching this with my sophomores this week. So let's see.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. So California comes in as a free state. Then you had that whole other southwestern territory that comes in under the terms of popular sovereignty, so they could decide for themselves whether they want to be slave or free. And then one of the other big gains that came about was the Fugitive Slave Act, which was very controversial. So the North was required that if they came upon a runaway slave, they were required to return the enslaved person to the South, which they didn't.
Brilliant. Also, I would have taken no slave trade in DC.
Right. That was another thing, too.
As well. Mr. Boogaard, great job. Let's give it up for
Oh, yeah. And do I get some kind of prize for this besides the Spirit Airline points?
Yeah. So actually, I know you are a big fan of our first lady, Martha Washington.
Oh.
So I wanted to give
No. She's awful. Oh, no.
If I remember correctly, you got into a fight with a Martha Washington impersonator. Is that correct?
I absolutely did. Well deserved. So I would prefer to stay 6 feet away from Martha Washington at all times.
All right. Mr. Boogaard, thank you so much. Have a great start to your week and enjoy the rest of the year under these circumstances.
All right, Mr. Huhta, always a pleasure, and I'm glad to see you're doing such great things with the young people of Indiana.
Thank you. Take care.
Have a great day.